YouTube, happy January 1st, 2015, and we're here today on our New Year's Day drive. Something I do every year. We're at the old powerhouse in Stave Falls in Mission, BC. Always a place worth checking out. It's a beautiful day here today. Doesn't seem to be any bears around, which is a relief, because that could be dangerous. So the gate's closed this time. You can't drive down there, which is disappointing. Normally have been able to do that in the past. So I guess if I could have walked down there to check it out, but I don't know. So, it's been some time since I've done a review on this car. I think I may have even deleted that video. It probably wasn't very good, but this old thing, bought this new in August 2006. It's a 2006, bought it brand new. And it's got 206,000 kilometers now, and I don't know, maybe it probably spent maybe $1,000 in repairs, minor repairs on it over the years. And the engine, surprisingly enough, despite the neglect and whatnot, it runs very well, shifts very well. I've only done one set of brake pads in the front. That was just a couple years ago. The steering, the suspension is struts are shot. Suspension is messed up, but that's nothing to do with the car. Well, struts are shot. That's due to the age factor, I guess. But man, we've had accidents with this thing. Like I, for instance, blew out a tire one time and shredded the whole inner panel out and chipped up the bumper and sort of damaged that. The front end's hit multiple potholes and been driven off the road once, and suspension just really messed up, but it's still holding together. The rear ended, and that wasn't me, but somebody rear-ended somebody else there and caused some damage, and I guess I gotta get off my butt and replace that one of these times. Just don't want to spend the money. I'm cheap. This car is basically drive this thing till the wheels literally fall off the car. There's no point in spending any money on repairing or anything of that nature. Just do oil change and make sure it stops and get the light fixed, you know, stuff like that. It's just pretty much a big sizzling piece of crap at this point. I've given up trying to keep it nice because the other driver, I won't mention any names, is a complete long story there, but polar opposite there, and I'm sick and tired of always trying to restore this car due to the negligence and sloppiness of other people, so I'm done with that. I just don't give a shit anymore. I mean, you know, after 206,000 kilometers, not bad. Some wear there, and I've cleaned these seats so many times over the years, it's not even funny, because these seats stain really easily, and just really not a very pleasant car to drive anymore. It's kind of nasty and old. It's not, I don't know. On one hand, it might be worthwhile selling it and getting a couple $1,000s for it while it still runs, and then get something different, like a, I don't know, like an early 2000s Cavalier. Or a person can just drive it into the ground. Who knows? It might even get another 50,000 kilometers out of it. You never know. Ecotech, hardly ever touched this motor. Just drove it. Just driving it properly is the key. Don't race it, but just drive the speed limit, shift it properly, and it's the best feature in the whole car. This engine definitely can withstand abuse and neglect. It's quite extraordinary, actually. Unlike the rest of the car, it's just struts on these cars, they wear out quickly, they're defective, and it's really stupid. One thing that I'm really mad about is this car, sometimes in the summer it would stall once in a while with the AC on, so I thought, I got all piped up and said, oh, well, I'm going to take care of that, so I popped this sucker off, and I took some throttle cleaner, and I put my finger in there, cleaned out the throttle all nice and everything, not taking into consideration it's electronic throttle, and ever since then it's been idling too high, and just not interested in going through the bullshit rigmarole at the dealership where they have to charge you to diagnose it and then charge you to do this and do that with their stupid bullshit scan tools and whatnot. So what I recommend if you have one of these cars, change the oil, don't touch it. Change the filter, don't touch the motor, just leave it be, just drive it. Don't touch it. Because anytime I've tried to, one thing I tried to improve on this thing, and I just messed it all up to hell, so to hell with that. It's not like the old cars or even old fuel injection where you can tinker and adjust screws and do this and do that and make minor improvements. No, it's just a big scam, basically, the dealerships. Anything you do or anything that needs to be done, you have to go see the dealership, spend $150, diagnose it, and do all this. You're at their mercy, and they have the tools to do it. It's just really kind of disgusting, but I'd like to go back to a car that's older than 2005 or older, or in the 90s, where it's at the point where it's the technology is good enough where the fuel injection offers economy and reliability, but it's not over the top where it's just a big rolling scam, which is what I think this car and basically every car today after 2005 or 6 is. So that's what I believe. These door locks, I ripped these out because I had so much trouble over the years. They were defective, and they'd start unlocking and locking by themselves while you drive. I took it to the dealership when it was newer many times. They replaced the switches. They'd get moisture in there, just a drop of moisture somehow, and then it would just happen all over again. And finally I just got fed up and I ripped them out. So I treat the car as if it does not have power locks. Gas gauge is a little funny sometimes, like when it gets down to quarter tank or below, it goes down to empty and all that kind of stuff. But it's got a CD player and air conditioning, which surprisingly still works. Front speakers are all blown out over time. The only way to keep these door panels clean is just take a bucket of soap and water and a tire brush used for washing tires and just soak the hell out of it, vacuum all the water off, and then let it dry. Otherwise it just gets all full of stains and just disgusting. So I mean, oddly enough, this car still would clean up very nice, but I'm just sick of doing it. So, it's not the only damage is the seat there from wear and tear, but yeah, just, I don't know. I'd never buy another one of these cars. I wouldn't. If it was cheap and it ran reasonably well, it was like $500, yeah, sure, I'd do it. So, but I'd actually rather have a Sunfire or a Cavalier, to be honest, because I think those are actually, they run better. This is a better platform, but those cars seem to run better and they're easier to fix. They're not that bad to drive. I've had them. I've had Sunfires in the past, and I've always liked them. So, anyways, YouTube, this is my 2006 Cobalt, Chevrolet Cobalt update, and this is January 1st, 2015. Hope you're all having a good day, and I'll talk to you guys later.